As the title read, Miss Marie, that's me. I'm no Cheyenne Bryant. Do you think that Corey Holcomb was right all along? We'll see. So anyway, hello, Marie 3 viewers and listeners. Some of you are familiar with the proclaimed Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Currently, there is a slew of allegations against her for professing to be a doctor without credentials. Is Cheyenne Bryant using her beauty and body to fake it until she has actually made it? She's rubbing shoulders and elbows with a lot of celebrities, successful professionals, entertainers, politicians, and even on the strong media platforms, which I'm sure you've probably seen her on. Cheyenne Bryant does have a lot of people questioning her credentials, especially due to her questionable, unprofessional attitude and behavior that she often displays on shows such as Toure. So I don't know if some of you follow Toure, Toure. Please go follow him, check him out. Has she got caught gaslighting? The public, I don't know, for selling books or fame? Cheyenne Bryant has currently caused a great stir with the title Doctor. And so many people asked me to share my professional and personal opinions. And when I found out that we have some things in common, I couldn't ignore sharing my thoughts and my opinions with my Marie 3 audience. And of course, the whole entire YouTube world. This is not about bashing another Black woman who may have acquired some form of success. This is not about hating. This is just shedding light to the present hot topic from various perspectives. But remember, these things are alleged. I am here to educate, inform, with a remember, just a twist of entertainment. But before I go on, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share my channel at Marie 3 Network. If you're not familiar with Cheyenne Bryant, by all means, do your own research. Don't go by what I say. Do your research. There's plenty out there on YouTube, online. Do whatever you need to do, but do it after my video. Tell us, and then actually I want you to tell us your thoughts in the comment section. Cheyenne Bryant has appeared as a guest actually on some of your favorite YouTube channels, such as Cam Newton, Club Shay Shay, Pastor Jamal Bryant, and a slew of other people, actually. However, when I observed her unprofessional attitude and demeanor on the Toure show, as a professional, I was appalled and offended for him, as she called him soft, and, kind of alluding to the fact that he was gay after he was trying to close out the show. And I couldn't understand, why she would use that tone and the things that she was saying. It was just unprofessional. So I am a dedicated life coach, and I'm a behavioral health specialist. I often delve into topics very similar to these types, because this is like everyday people, but at the same time, these are professionals supposedly claiming to have credentials. So I just want to shed a little light in the field of social work, mental health, therapy, and just everyday people. By all means, I'm not here again to bash another Black woman. I'm not. That's not what I'm into, or a professional. I do respect Cheyenne Bryant actually for her efforts and some of her accolades. I was kind of impressed reading her bio. Some of the community work that she does is great. She works with the NAACP, and she's connected with different foundations and all of that. And so she has accomplished some things in her career. However, when she first began to create a buzz online, the comedian Corey Holcomb, I'm quite sure some of you know him, very controversial. Well, he speaks in a controversial tone about others. He gives his opinions, and they're raw and a lot of times uncut. So, but he tried to warn us about Cheyenne Bryant, I believe a couple years back, before she created this large buzz. So check him out also, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm all for helping others, for sure. Like, by educating and guiding and assisting individuals and families, through mental health healing and recovery. And the strategies that I use are therapeutic. So I understand some of the things that she touches on when she does speak. As for myself, I work in these areas for real. However, I'm here today because ethically, I want to address some things about Cheyenne Bryant and the works that we do in this field. So again, I'm going to introduce myself as Miss Marie. I am a previously licensed chemical dependency counselor. And before this title, I did direct work with a lot of clients and patients. And I held many titles before becoming a counselor. I was an advocate, I was a coordinator, a case manager, But it took me many, many years, of training and my hands-on experience, the direct work that I did with clients, especially those that had substance use disorders and mental health disorders. But I furthered my education in areas of social work, and I became a counselor. As a counselor, I really enjoy counseling, and I still do to this day in a way. However, I don't use the title counselor anymore, and I'll explain that in a minute. So, a counselor and a therapist, they're very similar. They're both considered to be clinicians, right? So remember that term, clinicians, in clinical work, right? And they have specialty areas like their licensures. However, a therapist has additional training, education, and licensures in areas of mental health. So that's a little bit different what makes a counselor, because a counselor, you can counsel, and I had a license in chemical dependency, and I counsel people with mental health and chemical dependency issues. However, my title could not be therapist. So for an example, I held that license in the state of Ohio, right, as a chemical dependency counselor. So I could assess and I could diagnose a patient or a client in areas of substance use disorders. However, a therapist can diagnose a client or a patient in areas of substance use disorders and mental health disorders. So that's a bit of the difference, right? Therapists often have master's degrees, but both of them, they're not doctors. If you go into your doctor's office, your therapist, or even counselor's office, you'll see their credentials. They're posted. They must be posted if they're practicing. That's how it goes. Cheyenne Bryant claimed to have graduated with a degree from Argosy University, a college that has been closed down for many, many years, right? Not many, but I'll say a few years, about 5 years or so. I don't know about her, but I do have a degree in psychology. I earned that degree in 2015 and had no problem to this day obtaining any of my transcripts. She said she couldn't obtain her transcripts. Hey, I didn't have an issue with getting my transcripts. My degree can be visibly seen, right? Because I posted. Cheyenne Bryant claims that she could not get her transcripts. Because they closed, I don't know. It's just funny that I ordered a copy of my transcripts years after they had closed, and I was able to get my transcripts. I don't know what obstacles that she may have went through, but I didn't have a problem getting my transcripts from Argosy University. I also went on to University of Arizona Global Campus, and I took my transcripts from there, and then I earned a bachelor's degree in applied behavioral science. So again, At the end of the video, you can clearly see my credentials. I've been in the social work field for 13 years. And when I started my business, Marie 3 Enterprises, I allowed my license in chemical dependency to expire. But I did that on purpose. I wanted to provide direct care to my community on a broader scale. So I stepped away from that particular scope of practice and received a certificate in completion in life coaching. And then I received multiple other certificates and certifications. Areas of interpersonal relationships and communications. And then I took a special course in narcissistic personality disorder. I also became a behavioral health specialist about 1.5 years ago. I don't proclaim to be a therapist or a doctor because number one, I'm not one. It's as simple as that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. Number two, I don't have the credentials. And number three, the services that I offer and provide in life and business coaching, it has its own market. So, when it comes to credentials, it's fine if you have some. Some it's fine if you don't. As in, like in business, I don't have a business degree at all. My natural business talents is what I have. I don't proclaim to be a business major. I wasn't. I'm just a naturally skilled planner. I know how to write business plans very well. And I tell my clients that I don't try to portray that I'm this major, this business major and all of that. I didn't have to. I'm just naturally skilled and gifted in that area. To claim titles, it just would be absurd to do. Why? I don't know. I couldn't claim those titles. It's just absurd. It's fraudulent and it's unethical. Simply put, I'm a life coach. I provide emotional support, guidance, assistance, resources, and I'm able to conduct psychotherapy, educate, inform, and provide mental health interventions without degrees. However, I just happen to have degrees. I happen to have certifications and certificates of completion and things of that nature. I do have credentials. I don't need to call myself Dr. Marie. It's not necessary. I'm just Miss Cheyenne Marie. That's it. A life coach. I do hope the allegations, though, against Cheyenne Bryant aren't true, because it would be a public disservice and offensive for everyone in the field to be trained and educated and really have license and, the professionals across the board, like throughout the U.S. and abroad, who have worked very hard, who have trained, put in countless of hours, paid incredible amounts of student loans to the government. It would be unfair to those people if these allegations are actually true about Cheyenne Bryant. There's nothing wrong with simply being a life coach. I seen on one of her videos, she said something about lifestyle expert. And I guess she can proclaim that. I don't believe you need a degree or licensures to be an expert if you just want to proclaim yourself as one. But to use the word doctor is something different. There's nothing wrong with just saying, I'm a life coach. That's it. You don't need all the fancy credentials. I just happen to have some, but you don't need them all. Most of the things that you will need in helping other people, if you're going to assist and help and all of that, and even counsel other people, you probably need some real life experiences. That I have. And this is what your clients and audience can identify, and they'll respect that you just have a lot of experience, life experiences that you can share with them and help them. And that's what it's about. It's about helping those people in the social work field, the disconnected and disenfranchised people, the people that are struggling, have life challenges, addictions, relationship problems, family issues. Those are the things that people will respect if you have experience in those areas, in which I do. There is a doctor, though, however, on YouTube that I actually follow. She's a clinical therapist, and her name is Dr. Ramani. Ramani. Yes, just I. Yeah. So when you get a chance, please check out her videos and let her know that Miss Marie is very fond of her and would love her to write my foreword for my book. Yes, I love me some Dr. Ramani. So anyway, I recorded a few of my past and my present credentials to share with you, for reference. And then they should be shared at the end of this video. It might be at the beginning, but that's okay. I'm still getting used to recording videos on YouTube. I'm really actually camera shy. It's funny that I can speak in front of an audience of hundreds with no problem. And I was a group counselor for so many years that I have no problem speaking, but I'm still a bit camera shy, so bear with me. Also, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share my channel at Marie 3 Network. Your support is so greatly appreciated. So thank you for watching and or listening. Miss Marie, Life Coach Miss Marie, is signing off.